Good morning, students. Welcome in video lecture of electronic devices and circuits. In previous video lecture, we discussed the FET as high input impedance in circuits. That point we are discussed one. That means in that how the FET it is considered as the high input and how it is giving provided as the high input impedance when it is considered in various circuits. Right, that thing we are discussed one in a previous lecture. In that also we discussed that the exactly that particular high input impedance, how it is getting one, why it is called as the that FET as the high input impedance circuit, that we are discussed one. That means when the gate junction it is reverse biased one, right? Due to the reverse bias conditions, there is no current flowing through that particular gate terminal, and due to that, the input side it is working, or it is having the high input, high resistance, and due to that, this particular phenomena, that particular FET it is considered as the high input impedance in that particular circuits. And for that I explained one of the common source amplifier circuit using the FET, and by considering its operation and characteristics, I explained all about the details about that. By considering that points, I'm so sorry, in previous lecture I am not announced that thing, but by considering that particular point, that unit first, unit number 1, JFET, it is completed one. That means that particular point under that particular unit number 1 topics all are finished or completed in this in that last, by considering the last video lecture and that particular last point. Now, in today's video lecture, we are going to start the new unit number 2, as titled as MOSFET and its DC analysis. Okay, so as its name is the MOSFET and its DC analysis, that means in this unit we are going to see the entire details about the MOSFET and its performance. By considering the DC analysis concept, we are going to see the performance and how it is implemented in various circuits that we are going to see its parameters, its characteristics, its operation, construction, all these things we are going to discuss. Now, first topic from this particular unit number 2 is the basic of MOSFET transistor operation. Okay, that is the first, you can see that point or topic from this particular unit number 2. So before directly considering the operation and all that thing, I want to introduce the some sort of the things related to the this particular MOSFET, why it is the MOSFET, and how, when it is developed, and what the exact concept is there. That thing it is I want to develop. Okay, that one I want to discuss one. Now, the first sentence or first point, it is said that in this particular slide, as there are two general classes of FET. See, whenever I started the first lecture of FET, at that time also I explained that thing. There are two general classes of FETs. First one is the junctional field effect transistor, which is abbreviated as the JFET, and second one is the metal oxide semiconductor FET, MOSFET. Right, that is these are the two general classes of a FET. Now, the MOSFET has, whenever it is introduced, at that time it is said that it is led to the second electronic revolution in the 1970s and 1980s, in which the microprocessor has made possible powerful desktop computers and sophisticated handheld calculators. See, as the development of this, or yeah, you can see the development of this particular JFET as the MOSFET or MOSFET development, it is done, right, which is the second lead of the electronic upgradation or revolution, right, it is considered one. And in that period, that particular microprocessors are developed one using this particular MOSFETs, it is very you can say that possible thing, or it is good thing for that particular computers, that computers are having that particular such a device, and it is again improved version computers are developed, and along that some sort of the handle calculators are again upgraded or developed one, and this happened due to this particular MOSFET. Right, that means the generation of that particular, or whatever the revolution it is happened in 1970s and in 1980s, in between that this MOSFET it is developed one, and this revolution changed the entire scenario. You can see that in a computer world, right, due to the development of the microprocessor, newly microprocessor. Now, the MOSFET again, it is made very small, or it can be made very small. So, high density VLSI circuits and high density memories are possible to design by using this particular MOSFETs. By using the MOSFET, right? Again, these MOSFETs used in very high speed or high frequency applications such as microwave amplifiers, right? It's one of the application I explained here. Now, as compared to the BJT, MOSFETs can be used or can be made a very small. I just explained that. That is, in it occupies very small area on a IC chip. That is what it is meaning, that it occupies a very small area in IC chip. Right. Due to that, it is said that it can be made very small. And due to that, the digital circuits can be designed using the only MOSFETs, and with essential low resistor and diodes are required. The high density VLSI circuits, including the microprocessor and some kind of a memories, can be fabricated very easily. Can be fabricated by using the MOSFET very easily due to its small size, right? Which is considered in that small or a single IC chip. Due to that, it is very possible. This is the, you can see that some sort of the you can say that introduction of this particular MOSFET and how it is compared with that particular BJT, and it's related to the development, how it is implemented on, that is the thing. Now I'm going to explain the related to the MOSFET, how the MOSFET it is considered, or what exactly the MOSFET is there. Here I have shown that one of the structure of this particular MOSFET. Here N channel type of this MOSFET constructed MOSFET shown in this particular figure. Here it is metal electrode, it is considered one. Along that metal electrode, metal oxide insulated, it's considered to construct this particular MOSFET on that particular as a gate terminal with that particular layer having the p-type material, and this particular p-type substrate is also used one as the secondary terminal for that particular gate. First, it is by using the metal oxide electrode and metal oxide insulated, it is considered. Likewise, it is considered. And second one is the substrate that p-type terminal. And entire, you can see that channel, it is considered as the n-type channel. Now, we will see later on in the later side same thing. Now, the common type of insulated gate FET, which is used in many different types of electronic circuit, it is called as the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, or simply MOSFET. Simply MOSFET. Now, it is also called as the IGATE, right? Integrated gate FET. The IGATE FET or MOSFET is a voltage controlled field effect transistor that differs from a JFT in that it has the metal oxide gate electrode. See in that particular figure, you will get that particular thing which is assigned with the plus sign, right? Gate electrode, which is electrically insulated from a main semiconductor, that means N channel or P channel. That yellow region it is shown here, that is a N channel one. Okay. By a very thin layer of insulating material, and usually it is the silicon dioxide. That kind of a material it is considered to form this particular gate electrode, right? And commonly known as a glass. This particular thin layer of insulating material is there. It is commonly known as the silicon dioxide, and it is that commonly insulated material using the silicon dioxide, which is made over, that is called as the glass type material, or it is a simply glass. Right now, the ultra thin insulated metal gate electrode can thought of as a one plate of a capacitor, right? That means this MOSFET sometimes it is, or it is acting as the one kind of a capacitor due to this particular function. But I am not saying that it is a capacitor one, but here it can be thought of as a one plate of a capacitor. The isolation of this controlling gate makes the input resistance of the MOSFET extremely high, okay, in terms of the mega ohms, right? And that region it is having the almost infinite resistance. That region it is having the almost infinite resistance. See, this gate terminal which is having the that particular metal oxide silicon layer, right, or metal oxide electrode or metal oxide insulator, which is considered one, which is having the glass, which is also called as the glass type material. This electrode and that particular one plate of capacity can be considered one, right? That is the thing. It is related to the how the this particular FET is designed. Now exactly how it is considered and how it is working, or what is the exact function of this particular thing, we are going to see here. Now, as the gate terminal is electrically isolated from the main current carrying channel between the drain and source, no current flows into the gate. See here, this metal electrode, whatever the gate terminal which is connected with the VGS in this particular figure, right, which is having the isolated oxide insulator, right, and the here the N-type channel which is shown in the yellow, right, it is carrying the only ID current, that means drain to source, that is, and here that particular upper terminal gate terminal I am saying about that thing. Now here what they are saying, that is gate terminal is electrically isolated one from the main carrying channel, right? That means that particular ID current, okay, that current here I want to say here. So this is the isolation one. Due to that what happened, there is no any current flowing through that particular, you can see that gate terminal, and it is just like that particular JFET. The MOSFET is also act like a voltage controlled resistor. Why? Because that drain current or ID it is flowing through that particular channel. Due to that, it is acting as the, like that particular JFET, it is acting as the voltage controlled resistor, where the current flowing through the main channel between the drain and source, which is proportional to the input voltage, right? That means the whatever the drain to current which is flowing, it is the due to that particular thing. Now, proportional in the sense there is no current which is flowing through that particular gate terminal. Now it is the important thing. Also, like the JFET, the MOSFET is just in previous slide I explained that thing. It is having the high input resistance and can easily accumulate the large amount of a static charge in that particular region. Right now, MOSFETs are, as usual, three terminal devices with a gate, drain, and source, and both P channel, PMOS, and N channel, NMOS MOSFETs are available. That means, again, as like that particular JFET, this MOSFET it is having the three terminals, gate, drain, and source, and it is again having the two types as the P channel MOSFET and N channel MOSFET. It is abbreviated as the PMOS and NMOS. It is abbreviated as the PMOS and NMOS. The main difference this time is that MOSFETs are available in two basic forms. Yeah, this is the main again difference is there. Right. As per its construction, as per the what you can say, the design development of this particular MOSFET, it is having the basic two forms. It is the main difference in the JFET and this particular MOSFET. And these are depletion type and enhancement type. These are the two main type of the, you can see that this MOSFET is there. Now, the transistor requires the gate source voltage VGS to switch the device off. The depletion mode JFET, MOSFET is equivalent to a normal closed switch. In this depletion, what happens? It requires the gate source voltage. It requires the gate source voltage VGS to switch the device in an off condition. Right? This is called as a depletion time. That means whenever you are considering as a MOSFET in that particular application, and you want to off this particular MOSFET, then you have to apply that gate to source voltage, so that that gate region, it should be reverse bias, and due to that, the depletion region, which is we discussed in a previous lectures, it is again, you can see that that wider one, and due to that channel whatever it is carrying the current, due to the complete wider position, it get closed one. That is the thing. Now the depletion mode MOSFET is equivalent to the normally closed switch, that is a switch off. Now this is the one thing. Now this is the depletion type the thing. That means whenever it requires switch off, these depletion type of MOSFETs are considered one, and normally closed to working its condition, this is considered one. Now another type is the enhancement type. This requires a gate source voltage to switch the device on. The enhanced mode MOSFET is equivalent to the normally open switch. See, depending on the construction and operation, it is that there. What the depletion reality is doing? It is again completely whenever you are applying the gate source voltage. At that time, the depletion region is due to the its functionality, that switch it is, that means the device it is getting off one, and here it is called as a normally closed switch. But in enhancement type, you are applying the required gate source voltage, but it makes the switch on this particular device, and that's why it is called as the enhanced mode MOSFET is equivalent to the normally open switch. That's why it is called as the normally open switch. Normally open switch. Now see here, the symbol and the basic construction of both configuration of a MOSFETs are I just explained here or shown here. See the exactly how this thing is there. Here in first two figures, which is showing NP and NP like that. You can see that that particular figure it is showing one. It is N channel MOSFET and P channel MOSFET. In that gate and that particular silicon dioxide, whatever we are used one, that is the here shown one, right? This concept, oxide insulator, silicon dioxide, whatever we are considered metal oxide insulator in this particular figure. You just go through this, right? That is the thing. That is the gate terminal, it is called, and dotted line which is connected to the sub, it is also P type material, but it is a, you can see that substrate P type material, right? That is the thing. This is the exactly how that particular N channel and P channel enhanced MOSFET it is considered. Now same it is considered for this particular another enhanced type as the symbol. Actually how the symbol it is considered one. See carefully this particular symbol. The gate terminal, okay, it is connected here, and this is arrow, it is inside one, that means it is a P channel, right? And the arrow side, that means dotted lines, it is considered for the drain, gate, that means substrate and the source. This dotted in that particular symbol itself, it is showing that this kind of a symbol it is for the enhanced type MOSFET. See for that particular P channel and N channel it is considered one, right? P channel and N channel it is considered one. So this is the both it is shown here, N channel as well as the P channel, that is the thing. Now depletion region, see here in the depletion for P channel as well as the N channel MOSFET, same consideration is there, and in that only whatever the dotted in that particular circle area, dotted terminals, it is not shown, it is a straight line directly that without dot, that particular line it is shown here, that is showing that this is the symbol of a depletion type MOSFET, right? This is the depletion type MOSFET. Now by considering that, again we will discuss how the exactly thing is there. The four MOSFET symbols above shown, the additional terminal, in that whatever the additional terminal it is called as the substrate, and it is not normally used as the either input or output connection, but instead of it is used for the grounding the substrate. That means that substrate terminal, it is directly grounding purpose. It is used one. It connects to the main semiconductive channel through the diode junction. Here is that also it is the diode junction is there. As it is a substrate, it is used in that particular, diffused in that particular channel bar. It is having the junction, diode junction to the body or that particular MOSFET tab, right? Usually in discrete type of MOSFET, the substrate lead is connected internally to the source terminal. Internally, it is connected source terminal. When this is the case, as enhanced type, it is omitted from the symbol for the clarification. When this is the case, that means internally whenever that substrate it is connected, then in enhancement type of the MOSFET, they are omitting this particular symbol showing that particular substrate, right? The line in the MOSFET symbol between the drain to source connection represents the transistor semiconductive channel. This channel line is a solid unbroken line, then it is represent the depletion. That is a shape in that particular circle. And the MOSFET drain current can flow through the zero gate biasing potential. And whenever that particular normally on condition, that it is considered. Okay, now if the channel line is shown as a dotted or broken line, it represents the enhanced mode. Normally, the MOSFETs are zero drain current flows with zero gate potential. The direction of the arrow pointing of this channel indicates the whether the conductive channel is a P-type or the N-type MOSFET. This is the, you can see that some sort of the thing related to the how the that construction it is considered for this particular MOSFET. So this is all about this thing. I think you got this particular thing here. Gate terminal, it is electrically isolated one, and whenever you are applying the input signal, then only that is transferred to the input signal without having the that biasing and all that thing. Then that is the, that means through the source again like that particular thing, it is considered one, and this particular transistor is you can see that considered as the in this position. So this is the how it is considered, how it is working as the resistor, or how the current it is in normal condition, how it is considered one, that I explained one. The detailed operation of this particular MOSFET we will see in the next points or in the next lecture, so that you will get how it is exactly working one. Here for the for your sake of understanding, just I explained the all the things in that manner. Now, if you are having any query related to this thing, you can ask me. Be in touch and well study. Okay. Thank you guys.